Hey, what's going on, y'all? Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Can somebody tell me if they can hear me or not? Okay, I'm gonna assume that's a yes. All right, here we go. I've got a cupboard with cans of food, filtered water and pictures of you, and I'm not coming out until this is all over. And I'm looking through the glass where the light bends out the cracks, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, pretending the echoes belong to someone. Someone I used to know. And we'll become silhouettes when our bodies finally go ba 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 ba. I wanted to walk through the empty streets and feel something constant under my feet, but all the news reports recommended that I stay indoors, 'cause the air outside will make our cells divide at an alarming rate, until our shells simply cannot hold all our insides in, and that's when we'll explode. And it won't be a pretty sight. We'll become silhouettes when our bodies finally go ba 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 ba. We'll become silhouettes when our bodies finally go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Hello everybody who's watching this right now. So let me tell you how this is going to go. I'm going to try to do this every day for the next 2 weeks at this time, and these sets are going to be about somewhere between a half hour and an hour probably. And I'm going to take a lot of requests, and I've got a bunch coming in on Instagram. I got some coming in the comments. So I'm just kind of going to pick and choose some stuff, maybe answer some questions, and we'll just kind of roll with it, because these are very, very strange times. So I'm going to play a request right now. Let's see, where is it here? Yeah, there it is. This song is for Mikey H. Padilla that came in on Instagram. And when I see you, I really see you upside down. But my brain knows better. It picks you up and turns you around, turns you around, turns you around. And if you feel discouraged when there is a lack of color here, please don't worry, lover. It's really bursting at the seams, absorbing everything. The spectrum's A to Z. This is fact, not fiction, for the first time in years. And all the girls in every girly magazine can't make me feel any less alone. I'm reaching for the phone to call it 703. And on your machine I slur a plea for you to come home. But I know it's too late, and I should have given you a reason to stay. 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 This is fact, not fiction, for the first time in years. Thank you very much. So I'm still getting over that weird flu bug I had a couple weeks ago where I had to cancel a solo show and Death Cab. We did our best to play a full set at the Innings Fest, but I just couldn't make it. So I might be coughing a little bit during some of these songs, but I'll try to make it through. Okay, this next one goes out to, let's see, what is this handle here? Emmanuel.mtzj, I think. Left uninspired by the crust of railroad earth that touched the lead to the pages of your manuscript. I took my thumb off the concrete and saved up all my strength to hammer pillars for a picket fence. It wasn't quite what it seemed. The lack of pleasantries, my able body isn't what it used to be. I must admit I was charmed by your advances. Your advantage left me helplessly into you. Talking how the crew had begun to splinter, and I could taste your lipstick on the filter. I tried my best to keep my distance from your dress, but correspondence overturns convictions every time. My memory cannot recall a wave of alcohol. We shared a cigarette and shaved the hours off, talking how the crew had begun to splinter, and I could taste your lipstick on the filter, blushing with the hallway congregation. My best judgment signed its resignation. I rushed this. We moved too fast trips into the guest room. I rushed this. We move too fast. Trips into the guest room. Okay, what am I going to play next? Okay. I'm going to play one I want to play, and then I'll play one that somebody else wants me to play. But first, a short anecdote. My wife Rachel and I today went on a bike ride up this trail in Seattle called the Burt Gilman Trail, and we were, of course, keeping our 6-foot distance from everybody around us. But we came along a basketball court, and we saw pretty much exactly what you're not supposed to do right now, which was there was an adult officiating a basketball game with about 15, 12 to 13-year-olds making very, very real contact with each other. And as I drove by, I rode by, I didn't say anything, but it was all I could do to not say something. Like, please don't be that guy. Don't do that now. There'll be plenty of time for contact basketball, hopefully later. I remember your silhouette on dies and lead against the silver screen, the moonlight painted glass. Under stars out on the pier, a celestial sphere. We were weightless as the waves that disappear. Northern lights filled our skies. Empty nights synchronized. We shared a clove cigarette on the parapet as the TVs glowed from the windows of the model homes. And I'd never be that close again to your lips and perfect skin as the tide receded into the unknown. Northern lights filled our skies. Empty nights synchronized. Northern lights filled our skies. Empty nights synchronized. I remember your silhouette on dies and lead. Northern lights filled our skies. Empty nights synchronized. Northern lights fill the sky, and the night synchronized. Do any of you guys, I'm gonna take a cue from my man Dave Bazan, who often during shows asks if anybody has any questions. And I haven't wanted to ape that move because it's kind of his move, but I think in this particular setting, I think it works. So does anybody have anything they're curious about? Let's take a look here. Nothing so far, looks like. Where'd I get that shirt? You know, strange enough, I had this exact shirt. I bought this exact shirt in Bremerton, Washington at a record store when I was 15. And then, like so many things, so many articles of clothing, so many pieces of ephemera, when you leave home, they just seem to just disappear. And the original version of this shirt disappeared. And I was very sad about that because it was very, very meaningful to me. But my lovely wife found it on a vintage t-shirt shop online and bought it for me for our anniversary a couple of years ago. And now it's basically, I'm just considering it the same shirt. I feel it might have actually been the same shirt. Maybe it took a journey from Bremerton to Wyco Vintage or whatever. Okay, one more that's went by here, and I'll play a song. We have the facts. What's the story behind that? Tell the backstory. Susan Chrislom wants to know. We got the facts. Tell the backstory. We had a friend in the late 90s here in Seattle whose name was, and I'm not making this up, his name was Herbert Burgle. He was in a band called Rat Cat Hogan, who we used to play a lot of shows with. And he would wear a shirt at some of his shows that solely said, "We have the facts and we're voting yes." It was a yellow shirt, had black writing on it. "We have the facts and we're voting yes." And then on the back was some, approve R75 or whatever, some initiative somewhere in Nebraska, I think. And we just thought that would make a great album title. So that's what we called it. And ever since then, I've been looking for an original version of that shirt, and then I've not been able to find one. So if anybody out there knows of one, please let me know. All right, this one goes out to, I hope I'm going to get this right, Casey R. Nicole on Instagram. It was 100 degrees as we sat beneath a willow tree. These tears didn't care, they just hung in the air and refused to fall, to fall. I knew I'd made a horrible call, and now the state line felt like the Berlin Wall, and there was no doubt about which side I was on. Cause I built you a home in my heart with rotten wood, and it's decayed from the start. Cause you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. No, you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. I braved treacherous streets and kids strung out on homemade speed. We shared a bed in which I could not sleep at all. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Cause at night, the sun in the tree made the skyline look like crooked teeth in the mouth of a man who was devouring us both. so cute when you're slurring your speech, but they're closing the bar and they want us to leave. And you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. No, you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. I'm a war of head versus heart. It's always this way. My head is weak, my heart always speaks before I know what it will say. And you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. No, you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. And you can't find nothing at all if there was nothing there all along. There were churches, theme parks and malls, but there was nothing there all along. Okay, let's see what to play next. Let's see, what do you guys want? Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll do that. Okay. Matt M wants to hear Kath, and you know what? I'm already tuned up for it, so yeah, let's do that one. Oh, let's start it better than that. Oh, you know what? Let's tune the guitar first. That's not quite right. All right. Cat, she stands with a well-intentioned man, but she can't relax with his hand on the small of her back. And as the flashbulbs burst, she holds a smile like someone would hold a crying child. Soon everybody will ask, what became of you? When your heart was dying fast, you didn't know what to do. Cat, it seemed that you lived in someone else's dream, in a hand-me-down wedding dress, with the things that could have been all repressed, but you said your vows. and you closed the door on so many men. Would have loved you more. Soon everybody will ask, what became of you? When your heart was dying fast and you didn't know what to do. Whispers that it won't last roll up and down the pew. But if their hearts were dying that fast, they'd have done the same as you. And I'd have done the same as you. Oh, you know what? So, where did that go? Who's that? Where did that person's go? Well, I can't. Oh, yeah. There's, Sarah Coleman. You and I were thinking the same thing because I was going to play Grapevine Fires next, so I'm going to play that one for you. I think it's also worth mentioning that I am technically in my pajamas because we are leaving the house from time to time to exercise, run, ride our bikes, so long as we are allowed to do so here in Seattle, making trips to the grocery store, trying to make sure we have the things we need, but not taking too much, which I would hope everybody else is doing too. I don't understand why everybody's going nuts on the toilet paper though. That doesn't make much sense to me. But apparently it's a very valuable commodity right now. Okay, so this song is called Grapevine Fires. I wrote the song after a jaunt in the Forest Lawn Cemetery with my friend Jonathan Rice, who's a wonderful songwriter, and the filmmaker Autumn DeWild, who just released her first feature-length film called Emma, which I would tell you to go see in the theater, but that's not anything we can really do right now. So hopefully you will be able to see it in the theater at some point. If not, I'm sure it'll be available on streaming services pretty soon, and it's fantastic. And so this is a true story. And the wind picked up, the fire spread, and the grapevine seemed left for dead. And the northern sky looked like the end of days, the end of days. And a wake-up call to a rented room sounded like an alarm of impending doom, to warn us it's only a matter of time before we all burn. Before we all burn. Before we all burn. Before we all burn. We bought some wine and some paper cups near your daughter's school, and we picked her up and drove to a cemetery on a hill on a hill. We watched the plumes paint the sky gray. She laughed and danced to the field of graves, and there I knew would be alright, that everything would be alright, would be alright, would be alright, would be alright. And the news reports on the radio said it was getting worse, as the ocean air fanned the flame. But I couldn't think of anywhere I would have rather been to watch it all burn away, to burn away. The firemen worked in double shifts with prayers for rain on their lips. They knew it was only a matter of time. Okay. All right, so Rachel and I we got out of town this weekend and drove around the peninsula of Washington State here, where there are people, but they're very, very spread out. And we went to Lake Quinault, which is a place that I really love, and we went up to Lake Ozette and hiked out to the ocean. And it was a really kind of necessary trip, necessary to kind of recognize that, to get to a place where our phones didn't work for a bit and just kind of bask in the beauty of the natural world. And we listened to a lot of our favorite records on that trip. And this song kind of came across in the car stereo, and I thought I'd do a version of it. The song is originally by Thomas Aquinas York. Green plastic watering can for a fake Chinese rubber plant. The fake plastic girl she bought from a rubber man, a town full of rubber plants, to get rid of itself. It wears her out. It wears her out. It wears her out. It wears her out. She lives with a broken man, cracked polystyrene man, who just crumbles and burns. Used to do surgery for girls in the 80s, but gravity always wins. It wears him out. It wears him out. It wears him out. She looks like the real thing. She tastes like the real thing. My fake plastic love. I can't help the feeling I could blow through the ceiling if I just turn and run. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. And if I could be who you wanted, if I could be who you wanted all the time, all the time. All right, folks, I think I'm going to play, let's see, I'm going to play two more songs. Play two more songs, and then that will be today's show. Yeah, and then I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if you didn't hear what you wanted to hear, just hit me up tomorrow. And like I said, the idea is to do this every day for the next 2 weeks, and because no one's going anywhere, and this is fun for me to do, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. All right, what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna play another song from. You know what? I'm actually gonna play a request here. I got a request for from Naxelrod85 on Instagram to do a song called California Zephyr, which was a tune on a record I did with a guy named Jay Farrar about maybe 10 years ago now. But it's a record of songs written to the words from Kerouac's Big Sur. And this is one of them. This is called California Zephyr. Up the Hudson Valley, across New York State to Chicago, then the plains. All so easy and dreamlike, crashing salt flat daybreak Here, I'll take you home again, Kathleen. Sad and fog winds out there that blow across the rooftops of eerie old hangover San Francisco. Now I'm transcontinental, 3,000 miles from my home. I'm on the California Zephyr, watching America roll by. Now I'm transcontinental, 1,000 miles from my home. I'm on the California Zephyr, watching America roll by. If at the end of the trail can't even drag my body, I've been driven mad for 3 years. Too much fame keeps a body busy and a mind full of white portieres. Terrified by that sad song, the cross rooftops mingled with the lachrymose cries of the Salvation Army meeting on the corner, saying Satan is the cause of it all. Now I'm transcontinental, 3,000 miles from my home. I'm on the California Zephyr, watching America roll by. Now I'm transcontinental, 3,000 miles from my home. I'm on the California Zephyr, watching America roll by. All right, folks, I got one more for you. A few things before I go. Number one, I know these are very, very trying times, and people are stretched pretty thin. But if anybody has the ability, the means to make a small donation, I would love it if you guys would donate to teenfeed.org today. They are an organization in the District of Seattle that they help feed homeless youth in that area. And my sister for years was the executive director of that nonprofit, and they've been doing wonderful work for decades. Obviously, it's not, of course, expected. Like I said, times are really rough right now. But if you have the ability and you feel like it, it'd be very nice. Secondly, there's a link somewhere down here for headcount.org where they will help you get registered to vote in whatever state you're in. I don't think that I need to reemphasize how important this next election is, but I will. It's very important, and I would just love to see as much participation as possible in this next election, regardless of which way it goes. So, on that note, thank you very much for coming. Watch me play some songs in my house, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4. Oh, and this is a request. This goes out to I hope I'm saying this right. Naigad, Naigad, on Instagram. Smear black ink. Your palms are sweaty, and I'm barely listening. Last email. I'm staring at the asphalt, wondering what's buried underneath. Where I am. Where I am. Wear my badge, a vinyl sticker with big block letters that here into my chest tells your new friend. I am a visitor here. I am not permanent. The only thing keeping me dry is you seem so out of context in this gaudy apartment complex. A stranger with your door key explaining that I am just visiting, and I am finally seeing why I was the one worth leaving. Why I was the one worth leaving. DC sleeps alone tonight. You seem so out of context in this gaudy apartment complex. A stranger with your door key explaining that I'm just visiting, and I am finally seeing why I was the one worth leaving. Why I was the one worth leaving. The district sleeps alone tonight after the bars turn out their lights and send the auto swerving into the loneliest evening. And I am finally seeing why I was the one worth leaving. Why I was the one worth leaving. Why I was the one worth leaving. All right, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself, and take care of each other. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.